Have you experienced variations in the joy, the energy, the engagement that you experience at work? You may have noticed that there are some moments when you get intrinsic reward, like a positive boost, like a jolt of energy when you're doing your work in the moment. And there are days when you're like, man, this is mind numbing, soul crushing work. And how cool would it be if there were a simple diagnostic process where whenever your engagement is low, you're not experiencing that joy, you could run some kind of a diagnostic in terms of what's happening inside of you, do some troubleshooting, make some adjustments, and then recapture that joy, that magic. How awesome would that be? So it gets me energized just talking about it. And if it's something that's interesting to you, then hang on. I want to share my thoughts. My name is Ravi Verma. I'm the org whisperer at orgwhisperers.com. And I've been using this simple four-step process to diagnose, to troubleshoot my engagement at my own work for the last 15 years. The diagnostic is based on a tool created by the Myers-Briggs company. It's called the Work Engagement Profile. Brief micro lecture. Motivation comes from intrinsic factors and extrinsic. Extrinsic could be the money that you make after you finish your job or something that happens outside of the job itself. And intrinsic motivation is something that energizes you just during the process of doing the job. And it has nothing to do with any results that you get after the job is complete. The tool that I'm going to talk to you about is related to intrinsic motivation. What helps people get engaged? The work engagement profile has a simple four-step model, and it says that intrinsic motivation, engagement, the joy of just doing the work, is derived by four factors: committing to a meaningful purpose, having the choice to choose what activities you perform to achieve that purpose, getting a sense of competence or mastery when you execute or do the activities that you chose, and finally, making progress towards the purpose that you chose. So, whenever I'm experiencing a dip in my engagement, a dip in my joy, I run a diagnostic internally and I ask myself, what is my life purpose? And does it still set my soul on fire? And if that box is checked, then I go on to the next step of the diagnostic, which is, do I feel like I have the choice to choose activities that I want in pursuit of my life purpose? If that's a check, then I go to the third step in the diagnostic, which is, am I getting better at the activities that I chose? If that's a check, I go to the step four, which is, am I making progress towards my life purpose or the context of my work? Chances are that if I'm experiencing a dip in my engagement or motivation, one of these four tanks needs to be refilled. And then, either by myself or with the help of my coach, I try to find out what is my body trying to tell me, conduct some kind of a control experiment, and see if my energy goes up or down, and continue that learning journey until I make the necessary shift. So it's a simple four-step process. You can do it yourself. It's a way of self-managing your own engagement so you have more joy in your life and so that you have positive jolts of energy as you're doing your work. I'd love to see what resonated, what didn't, and what other techniques you might be using when you find your engagement dipping. Hope that was useful. Until our next conversation. Thank you. Bye bye.